time what you came over and I was making pickled penises?
Whoa.
Pickled penises and putting them in
It's
jars.
just a normal day at Steph.
Yep.
I love that.
And I think I thought they were
I already missed
alien.
your shed even though I never got to see it.
I thought they were alien antennas at first.
Alien antennas,
Yeah.
no, they were pickled
But
penises.
are you doing an alien film or what? Penises.
I came around to your house and asked you had jars.
That's right. For the
Yes.
penises. Yep.
So it was a jar this, but filled with penises. It's made out of latex.
And
What
it
were the
was
penises for?
very fun.
It was for one of the short films in Bleedable.
What was the film?
Welcome. I'm so glad that I'm able to present our show to you.
She's an out-of-towner. Rolled in this afternoon and she's staying at the Royal down the street.
You're right. Should be dancing like that in a place like this.
There's a place you may know just over the hill, a quiet little suburb called Leaderville. But behind every door, hidden from sight, are creatures that may just give you a fright. Vampires and ghouls and monsters, you see. There's so much carnage, it should start with a B.
A first-time director left totally unsupervised. This is going to be a disaster.
You have no idea.
Welcome back to Beyond Survival, the place where we are exploring what it means to grow, to thrive, to find our deeper goals and motivations in life. I'm Geraldine, your host, and this is my co-host Kelly, our super host Gizmo. Our very special guest today is Stephanie Davis. Usual producer, and introducing our what we're going to call it our stand-in producer.
Fiona Comley.
Wonderful to have this team. We're all bursting at the seams, bringing you this episode. Thank you for joining us and welcome.
Welcome everyone to the table. Shall I go?
Yeah, it is a very special day. I know. If we go into the Northern Hemisphere, it's a Thanksgiving Day today, and
27th of November.
27th of November is the day that we're filming.
Yeah.
Shout out to all the people,
Americans, for their Thanksgiving Day.
Day, and we're
everyone.
moving into Halloween, which in Australia we've already celebrated, and we do it big now in Australia, which is interesting. And you might notice we're all wearing black, and it's in theme with not much the Thanksgiving, and it is Black Friday's taken over in Australia. We're celebrating all the things that are dark and mysterious, and the reason being is we have Stephanie Davis is a film producer. She's many things. She's a special effects, makeup artist, and she can introduce herself to a certain point. She specialises in films, maybe a little bit more on the darker side of things.
Darker side of life.
Which is a lot of fun because you might notice something happening on this table today. I don't know what it is, but you open your eyes.
So she's brought along with her today.
We have some film props on the table. But we have a few other things before we start to talk to Steph.
If I had known we were doing Thanksgiving, we would have thought about that for the food, but we haven't, and we didn't, did we really? We didn't know what we were doing. So what we've got here is some, what was it?
Coconut something.
Little tarts, basically. And it's coconut. I think we've had them before, but with apricot jam. Yesterday, wasn't it, Fiona, you and I? Lime marmalade instead of the apricot jam, and they're actually really delicious. We have the good old mushroom. Paddo's made a revisit. And the new addition is these lovely biscuits here, which are chocolate, sultana, and hazelnut biscuits all in one. And they've been a winner with everybody here. Personally, I think they're lovely, but I'm still a fan. Melting Moments one is still my favourite, but I have had a few, and they are nice. And I started making the correlation between, okay, on Thanksgiving, it's all about gratitude and the harvest and feasting and everything. And Halloween also is part of the winter. Here you have within the same time span, if you like, it's winter time span. You've got one that is full of feasting and gratitude, and the other one is about where the veil comes down, and isn't it, between spirit and human?
It's Southern Hemisphere, Blessing Bright on Beltane. Oh no, but that's the same. The
Celtic.
31st. Yeah, that's the same as the 31st.
Yeah,
of
it's
October,
derived
so-
from the Celtic tradition.
Yeah, so the
Yeah,
Southern
it
Hemisphere.
is a Celtic tradition.
Yeah.
And they brought back Celtic. The Irish immigrants brought it to America, and America sort of commercialised it in the 19th century and sort of made it all about going outside of the home, whereas before that they would lock themselves in for the evening. Well, that's an interesting
really-
correlation in the same time space.
That would have been traditionally it would have been the remembrance of your
Your
ancestors
relatives, yeah.
and your relatives past, and honouring your relatives, and or in the Christian or in religious context. It would have
Yeah,
been
you
about
are
the
wearing.
All
You are
Saints.
wearing
I
today
am a-
Day of the Dead
yes.
dress.
and
The
in
dead
that,
rise and
yes.
come out to play. And this is your world, Stephanie,
It
that
is
you're
my
playing
world.
with in
Yes,
film.
Yes.
What can you tell us about how on earth, when you started doing short film, what attracted you to the darker side of things, horror stuff?
It's not necessarily, I keep saying to Geraldine, it's not horror. It's how I started was when I was living in London. I did a lot of beauty stuff. I did hairdressing and makeup, and I taught hairdressing and I taught makeup, or the beauty side, and I did fashion and runways. Before I left to come to Australia, which was in 2011, I thought, I want to do a special effects course because I don't think there's anything in Perth. I did a special effects makeup course, and I did a film and TV makeup course. After that, I was addicted. And I used to do weddings, and now you cannot get me to a wedding unless I know the person. Otherwise, I won't, because I prefer doing blood and guts and gore. Once you've done it,
What is it that's
well, it's different to anything else about escaping reality. For me, I think about something and I want to do it. If I've got a vision in my head over how somebody tragically hurt themselves, I want to do it with a model. When I first started doing special effects, that's what I was doing. Because when we first bought our house in Bayswater, when I was still married, this was in 2011, I was asked to do with a company called Soul Films. They were doing a pitch for a Samsung TV commercial. It was done at the Midland Railway Station, about 300 zombies. I was one of the lead people in charge of doing all the zombies with another makeup artist.
all their makeup?
I wanted to do a practice run before I did this. I had all my friends come around. I did them all up as zombies, and they were all running around the streets of Bayswater. and it was later after that, my neighbour was going,
party.
"Oh, I remember that. I remember when we first
all
moved
those
in.
zombies
There was
were
all these
around."
zombies running around Bayswater." Go, yeah, sorry, that was me. So transforming. I love character creations, creating different characters, and completely changing somebody into a normal everyday person to somebody completely different.
I think that's one step further too, because probably why you do a bit of directing and producing.
Producing, not directing.
She's a bit of a director.
I have done your
Yeah.
direction on occasion. So I think it's instinctual in you, it's natural. But what I was going to say is that I've met other people who have been special effects makeup artists, and they're not necessarily immersed completely in the storyline or the creating of the storyline.
Yeah.
They give me the brief, what do you need?
No, you need to know absolutely everything about it. And especially with what I love about producing, because a lot of because again, in WA, the independent film space, there's no money. Even if there is money, it's government funded and you have to sell yourself to get it, and there's always limited money. And even if you do get, I've been given grants, a few grants with Screen West, $70,000 for an Elevate short film. That means the way you break it down is that 70 times 1,000. $1,000 is a week wage. You've got to think about how many people you've got on set, and you've got probably more than 70. And that's including all the actors, the crew, all the extras. Independent filmmaking in WA, there's absolutely no money.
Hence why
no money. But then they leave, but then they come back again.
Yeah,
They go,
I think that's
they start
everybody's
here,
story for artists and creatives in WA. Really.
But it's easier to get a name for yourself in WA, and then you go over east or overseas.
We found the opposite.
And then you come back and,
we found the opposite. We felt that we had to go. We knew. We didn't even think about it. It wasn't even a second question.
Yeah.
But the only way that we were going to get any traction with our art was leave, do something overseas, and maybe come back one day if it worked out that way. And we did.
I was in London and I was doing a few TV commercials, nothing major, but I didn't really get into film and TV until I got back to Perth. So, and that's hence when I first got into special effects, was when I started doing all the zombies for this Samsung TV pitch. It was full on. There was zombies everywhere, and I loved it. Absolutely loved it.
I'm still fascinated. I still want to know more detail about, there's so many different types of genres, and you've given a little bit of an explanation of what you love it turned you on and everything. But what I mean, drama is also creative, and
but it's again
comedies.
It depends on the script.
Okay.
So you have to be very flexible, and it depends on the script. So to get into the head of my director, I need to know, especially when I'm producing, I need to know exactly what the producer's thinking, the director's thinking, and vice versa. So if you've got a really good connection with your director, then it's really easy. And on Toxic Obsession, my director was James Pentecost, and he's my brother. And we got on so well that we knew what each other was thinking. So we made Toxic Obsession. Look it up. It's on YouTube. It's the best, worst film ever to come out of WA.
Okay.
And it's on the same lines as The Room. You've seen it, haven't you?
No.
Other people.
I've seen lots
we'll add that one to the playbook.
It's of a
podcast episode.
It's a real underground, and we found out a couple of months ago that they were doing.
How long's the film?
It's a feature film. So this was my first feature film that I produced.
Okay.
But there was all these underground film clubs in America that were screening it, and they were just taking the piss out of it. And we found a podcast where they were absolutely ripping it to shreds. And I got in contact with them and went, hey, I didn't give you permission to do this. And they went, we didn't think we needed to get in contact with you. And I went, I've got more shit films that I can give you if you want.
So it's made a resurgence.
So it sounds like it became a bit of a cult.
It's a bit of a cult classic, but The Room, take Toxic Obsession, it's
comparable.
Now I'm going to watch it.
Yeah.
It is
watching it for bedtime stories.
It is definitely the best, worst film you've ever seen.
There's a reason why I haven't seen it. And the shorts. I've seen the shorts.
When James and I, because when James sent me the script and he said, Steph, will you produce this? And I read it and I went, this is the worst script I've ever read in my whole life. And he went, I know, but we're going to make it into a meta comedy. And I went, I trust you. So we crewed everyone, cast everyone, and nobody knew. The actors didn't know. It was even the guy that was funding it.
Didn't know how bad it was going to be.
Didn't know what we were doing with this film. And it wasn't until the end where one of the actors went in to have a romantic dinner and sat down at a full-on grazing table. And that's when the actor or the actress went, get it now. Get it now.
I don't get it. Why did it?
Well, because she thought, because we wanted them to still be serious. But we were putting the comedy edge, stretching the drama into comedy. And that again was James and his masterful creative directing. He's a genius when it comes to comedy stuff.
Fine line stuff.
It's that good old phrase.
But it was good. And you have to watch it to find out that
Or is it beyond kitsch?
Extremely kitsch.
Beyond kitsch.
And the editor, Ollie, was Oliver Deer. He was amazing. Without Ollie, I don't think we would have taken the elements of comedy as far as we possibly could. And there was at one point we went, we need to have a horse in this. And James went, let's get a horse. And then the next thing I know is the lead actress is walking around with a bikini on with the lead actor on a horse. And I go, you don't have to wear a bikini. She goes, I do. It's
going with the thing.
But I want to wear a bikini. This is the first time I've sat down at this table to have a cup and a saucer and my little cake on the cup and saucer.
It's all happening. It's
It's all-
taking time.
We love. I'm the one who does the editing, and you do know our stuff. Not that I like the action of playing with the words. Of it all.
Moving swiftly on.
That's the story behind this. They're
Does it-
it's
does it
very
need-
well done.
Tito, everyone.
Enjoy.
As usual, we'll post the recipes. That I always post it 2 or 3 days before the episode. That gives you a chance to say, I want to make this and sit down and
So I was looking up films that you have been involved in and made, and from everything from special effects, probably hair, makeup, wardrobe, producing, on and on it goes. And I know we did.
And she even makes bracelets.
I think
This
we're
is
all
another one
wearing
of
our
Stephanie's bracelets.
Stephanie Davis.
We're all
originals.
multi-talented. What can I say? It's about survival, but
Beyond survival.
Beyond
beyond
survival.
survival, moving beyond survival.
Yes, creative pursuits. And we did. I think we did highlight Love Me Lex.
Love Me Lex. We
Mhm.
did
Web
Love Me Lex,
series.
which was the
Malcolm's episode, and
Yep.
we previewed it,
Yep.
and we premiered the first episode
Yep.
That
at
was
the
our
end of
step.
that episode. And I'm a bit disappointed it hasn't hit the American shores yet because we've got flagged again because of politics. But lots of Australians are watching.
Yeah.
That's nice.
That was a fun shoot. That was literally the week before we started shooting. That was when my husband at the time asked for a divorce or separation.
Oh, interesting.
And I
Timing.
went, your timing really sucks because I'm about to shoot. He went,
Perth.
who cares? Basically, Love Me Lex was a really good experience, and it was 7 or 8 episodes. I can't remember now. And it was locally filmed, locally cast. It was pretty much a 90% female or identifying cast and crew. And
That would have been good.
it was an LGBT lesbian web series written and directed by Sanya Kadich. And I produced it, and Claire Leach was the executive producer and DOP, along with Steph Senior
DOP,
and
what does that mean?
director of photography.
Okay.
We had an amazing cast who I can't think of who they are off the top of my head right now, and that's why I need my
That's all right.
notes.
But what I want to ask you before you,
Yeah.
this is the question. If I was out there listening to what you're saying now,
Mm.
as independent creatives, which we
Yeah.
all are, we all try and self-fund ourselves, don't we? Sometimes
Yeah.
we're lucky to get a grant here and there, but we don't
Yeah.
rely on it. We find ways to make money, things, other creatives that we can do our art, if you like. I would be, if I was watching this, I'd be saying, but how did you do that? How did you organise to get this web series and producer? Where did you find the money?
Well,
And did you have to bring
Sanya-
together? And how did it all come together?
Sanya, she won a $10,000. She got money from Lesflix. They
Mhm.
wanted a script, a WA script that they could put on their platform. From that, Sanya came up to me and went, I've got $10,000. Can you help me? And I went, love, I'm going to produce it. And from there, we pretty much did it pretty basic. Crowdfunding, we got about $19,000 in crowd. Lesflix, I think they put another $5,000 in. Big FF and Lesflix. Big FF is from LA and Lesflix is in London. And then we shot it, filmed it, and at the end when we were editing, I went, we need more money. I went to Screen Australia and they gave us what we needed, which was about another $35,000, I think,
Oh,
to
that's
kind of
brilliant,
finish it.
isn't it?
That's how we got the money. But the total of that was $69,000, which is a bizarre number, and I will never forget it. And to do a series like that would cost a hell of a lot more. But lots of people came in for favours. People did it because they wanted to do it. It was a good, strong story. It was pretty much the only lesbian thing to come out of Perth. And everyone got on like a house on fire, and we had so much fun filming it.
that's
Absolutely
awesome.
so fun filming it. And when it was screened at WA Made a few years ago, it was the first time they had a standing ovation. So
Oh,
it was really
it's
good.
actually very good.
So that takes a lot for a Perth audience to stand
Yeah.
up. As we know, don't we, Fiona?
Very hardcore in Western Australia. We I don't know, but maybe that is because we do have a lot of good creators in Western Australia,
We do.
and we are still isolated.
Yeah.
And then you tend to all gather together and get to know each
Yeah.
other, support each other.
I've got
And-
another film which is Bleedable, which
Mm-hmm.
is another feature film, and that is the one where there is lots of blood and guts and gore, and it's,
Warning.
but that's taken us 5 years.
Now
And
explain the
that's-
difference between you've
But then we only had a budget of $800. And that
Oh,
$800 went towards the food.
Wow. Everybody else.
So everyone else
So what's
just
a sandwich a year?
Well, I funded quite a bit of the food as well, but it's everyone put everything in that they absolutely could. It was a lot of time, a lot of love, and again, it was a really good
Everyone
cast and
donating
crew.
their time.
That if you don't have the money, you donate the
So
time.
what happens on a situation like that? Being the person that's always thinking about money too, in that way, like how do we fund this? How do we get the money? I've been in that position. The difference between when you did that earlier film that you're talking about, where you got, sorry, what was it called again?
Toxic Obsession. That was
Toxic Obsession.
Toxic Obsession was self-funded by Jag Panu, and it was his money that went into the film. That was a private investment. So you've either got the private investors, or you've got Screen West, Screen Australia, which is government funding, or you go out and do it on a shoestring. And this is what the heart of independent filmmakers are. And I'm known as the queen of independent filmmaking in Perth because that's what I was doing, and got to the point where I think that was a lot of things you do for free. You don't make money, but you do it because you love it. And I do it because
and
I
then you
love
never
it.
know what it's going to do. It could end up getting sold as a web series, or could end up going around to the underground places in America.
Which
Or
is,
have another life again.
And have another life. And there's different, now I think there's, because of platforms, YouTube and stuff, there is a way to monetize it. If it does go a bit viral and it goes, even if it's underground viral, when you were talking about that it was so bad, it got traction because it was so bad, it was good.
But we that's what we were marketing.
You knew that's what you were up
because
to.
the script was so bad it couldn't have gone anywhere else.
But there is
sorry for the guy that wrote the script.
But then there's those platforms, isn't it, as you move forward, that got a bit of traction in the United States and the underground. And then if it could go viral around the rest of the world, and it could catch on. And then in that situation, if the money, let's say it did get monetized through going viral on YouTube, for example, would you then come back? Does everybody then share the spoils equally, or
it was a good question, but that hasn't happened.
No, but if it did,
but if it did, then it would have to go back to the person that put the money in. It would have to go to the investor.
First, let's do a really out there imaginary scenario. It goes viral, and I've heard stories. It goes viral, life stories. And 6 months down the track, now all of a sudden, somehow, the funds that have come in from it going around the world over a few months, let's say it's been millions of views and it's been monetized through YouTube and other platforms, and you've got, all of a sudden you find yourself, oh my God, we've got a couple of 100,000 here. So the person who put money in, the people who put money in get paid back first.
It depends on, because then you've got the distributing rights. That's where the distributing rights come in. So if you've got a distributor, then the distributor's one that you've got, let's say, for example, you split the pie up into segments, and pretty much the distributor would take a certain percentage, 25%. The investors would take another 50%, and then the rest will be distributed between marketing, and the producer would probably get some. And then the people, it depends on if they signed a contract to say if they're going to get any funds afterwards, because the actors got paid. Whereas people don't generally get paid.
Unless for some reason it makes money.
Yeah,
and then,
then I might get 2% or something out of, which still isn't. There's not much money in independent films.
I know there's not, but I'm immediately, my brain's thinking there's a way that it could be. It could be monetized.
Yes,
better.
but I haven't found that yet. That's
found
what we are going to start up a Someday Pictures YouTube channel at some point.
You're going to have your own segment on StudioZer0. She's going to have her little weekly 15-20 minute we are going to with Malcolm as well, where he's on the ground reporting on different films and different exhibitions. And you very specifically want to do short films,
because I work in short film, feature films, anything film related.
No, I'm talking about reporting on how you're talking about.
It just depends on what's out at the moment. There's a few feature films coming out, and WA Mate's coming up soon. Maybe that's good. There. So that's feature and short
in that platform.
And
like you're using the StudioZer0 platform, and let's say at the moment our subscribers are increasing every day. So then let's say that got monetized, because you can tell by video how much each video makes. And then you come back, and then I would think, then you come back to that person. I would come back to you and say, okay, so how do we divide this up? We're going to do 50% towards you. I'm doing big numbers, straight numbers, because there's not too many people involved, you and me. We do 50% towards StudioZer0, which is the non-profit organisation to help other creatives. Because that's what we're trying to do, isn't it, all of us here with StudioZer0? We're trying to get monetized so that we can build enough funds so that when someone new comes along and says, I got this short film that I make, it's going to cost me $100,000. What can you give us?
But I need some money.
Come out of Perth.
But wouldn't it? But that's the whole purpose of it. It's not. I don't think it's in the realm of imagination. I think it's very real and possible.
That's what distributing, and I can't quite get my head around distribution.
I
and all the rest of it, but film distribution. So our producer's going, roll on.
I understand film.
Yes,
well, there's no people.
But it depends on what the contract is and the deal is that you have with the distributor. So I can't give you specifics.
But let's say, for example, Fiona said she knows how to distribute. So let's, in the imaginary world, you start your little YouTube thing in our channel, and then I come to you and say, okay, it's been monetized. This is, and on a monthly basis, we seem to be getting this amount. So we would have to sit down and work out the budget of what goes towards you, what goes towards StudioZer0.
That's all in the contracts before.
No,
you have.
But then what if people get added, and then along comes a distributor, and they've got to be paid. And then along comes somebody else, maybe that you're doing something down in the future, they've got to be paid. Do you pay them a set rate, or do you pay a percentage that is ongoing? If they're ongoing,
it depends on what your contract is with your
distributor.
So you actually, you have to negotiate the contract with your distributor, because you can't make shit up as after you've signed the contract.
No, but if it's starting with the YouTube thing, this is what we're talking about. And I would say, put it on the StudioZer0 platform.
But then that's an agreement that we will have.
We start with an agreement. We say 50% towards you so that you can do other things that you want to do, and the other 50% towards StudioZer0 that we can help other creators. And then say 12 month track or 2 years down, because I see this happen all the time. Now it's earning real money. It's still going, and we're doing other things, and people are liking what you're doing. You're going out and putting on films, both feature and short, and what's happening in the local community. And people are following, they're watching it all the time, and the more they follow, the more they like, the more. And then, let's say 2 years down the track, it's getting properly monetized, and you want to do other projects and other things.
It depends on what the time limit is you've got in your contract with the person that you've had the first initial conversation with. But just a lot of them, they have it for 5 years, and then afterwards you get all the rights back.
So the person with the platform that you would be doing that little episode weekly on, I would say to you, if you start with us, you stay with us. I don't want to get you going and get you out there, and you start getting fun and you get monetized, and then you say, I'm going to go and do my own thing now, so I'm going to remove myself from your channel.
This is why you have to have a contract.
I get that. But I'm saying
some contracts are worth
quite complicated.
It is, but it is the kind of questions that creators ask. Like, how do I get into this? How do I get it monetized? How do I get it funded?
Yeah, this is the producer side.
We all know about the grant side and everything and how to do it. But then once that does, I think YouTube and Substack, places like that, even TikTok, are great platforms to help us become as independent creatives, to find other ways of funding ourselves so that we are in charge of our decision making. We all know that if you get a grant, there's guardrails of things you can and can't do.
There's definitely,
although say you can do this, you can't do this, you may not even get the grant because you're outside of the square of what they want to do. Carl was talking about that last week, and even he recognised that it's a slippery slope. It's a difficult arena to be in, but you've got to almost like sell your soul to get any grant most of the time. And they're slow. It's a slow process. The amount of work you have to put in, and even post grant with the what do you have to do at the end of it? What's it called again? An acquittal. Yeah. That all takes time. And I thought, good God, I could have gone to a corporation and got that $5,000 back, and they wouldn't have. They said they would have given it to you in 2 weeks' time. They said, no, invite me to the opening. That's it. That's all they're interested in, because for them it's tax deduction.
With Movieland, it depends what your role is in the film,
exactly,
and how much creative control. And I think you should start writing scripts.
But there's many people in film, in even small film. You've got so many people.
There's so many people, and everyone has their own job. But everyone has their own job, but you all come together as a team.
And it's interesting. And usually,
you've seen the district court, how we work on the district court.
That's good. I was involved. Steph brought me in to be on the jury. Anybody in the WA who enters the jury system or the legal system, the district court, they get to see our faces.
How to become a jury member, how to be a witness, and what was the other one? Taking the stand, becoming a witness, and
I
can't remember. It was a few years ago now.
I'd love that local people telling, role playing, they know what to do. Because I know I've been on the jury before. I didn't get to jury, but I've been on jury duty in real life. There was no instructions and no understanding or expectations. I guess that's the power of film, is that it does give there's some role modelling.
Yeah.
That was,
But then going back to Bleedable, which was the one that we shot, the feature film we shot on no money. And that, again, we are now at the stage where we're editing and we're getting ready to get it out there for distribution. I don't know how it's going to make money. If it's going to make money, we want to get it out there. For us at the minute with independent, you want to get your film out there and then you worry about the money side of it.
I think that's
if it ever happens later.
So you've been making this film for how many years?
5 years.
How does that play out in the world of filming and editing
Well,
and storyline?
It's 9 short films led into one, and it's all set in Leadable.
It bleeds.
Is it the same actors in each scene?
It's the same actors all through.
So they're getting older.
So there's 9 little short films, and the story bleeds in.
It sounds a bit like Richard. That's what he did with that. Remember with Keanu Reeves, wasn't it? The first one.
Winona.
No, Winona Ryder, but was it Keanu? Adam? Reeves that was in that.
No.
What was he? Ethan Hawke. That's right. Sorry.
My boyfriend.
Okay.
All actors are important. They're all famous in my eyes.
Fantastic.
So, that's a very diplomatic way.
Well, that's probably your approach. And maybe that's why you didn't want me to ask that question, because fame isn't really the whole
it's not, and fame doesn't really do anything for me, because everyone's in, especially when you're doing hair and makeup, it's a face and a body. And they're a character. So you're getting them ready for their role. I've seen so many naked bodies in the film industry. One of the first feature films that I worked on, which was called Broken Contract, which was also directed by James Pentecost and funded by Jag Pernil. It was a Jag Pernil production. And I had to go in with all the strippers and dust all the strippers down. And this is a bit weird, but hey, here we go. Butts, boom, let's do it.
Can I ask a question? When you first started all this, because you were in London, you did the course over there did you start with film and TV makeup, or did you move straight into the special effects?
I was already doing, because I was one of the trainers for Sebastian hair products. I would go around and I was a Sebastian advocate. I used to go around to all the top salons in London and give in-house training on Sebastian products. And then Sebastian brought out a makeup range which was designed for hairdressers to use with their fingers. I would have to go around and teach them how to use that. That's when I first got into this.
Back in the day.
100 years ago. That's when I was doing all the beauty stuff. And then I got into shooting, doing photo shoots and taking dancers from the Rambo Dance Company and getting them to jump up and down. We would dress them up. Me and my friend Stephen would dress them up, and I would do the makeup and he would do the photography. And that's when I knew, oh, hang on a minute, this is where I want to get into film. Then I started photography courses when I was in London. I forgot your initial question.
Your answer. I wanted to know what the trajectory was important for, especially young starting out. You went from being a hairdresser in London to being interested in TV and film makeup artistry, which led you into film special effects, which led you into film. I was wondering how does, and you answered.
I always knew that I was going to get into film, but I didn't know how to do it because I was heavily into photography, visually in magazines. That's what I knew I was getting. I would sit there and look at a magazine, a photograph, and see everything. A picture is a whole story. It's like when you look at a film, it's so much information you need to know. It's like one page of scripts. There's so much going on in that one page, and you as a producer, you have to compartmentalize all of that to get your team to work out everything that needs to go on in that one page, or the other pages as well. But it's not reading words on a piece of paper. It's like you read it and go, okay, there's 10 chairs there, there's 2 trees over there, there's a car, that person has to wear red, that person has to do this, that person. But you've got to work out the story behind it. And in a photograph, that story's there in one picture. Whereas in film, obviously, it's moving.
It's a moving story.
And it's continuous. It's that one picture 550 billion times over. Yeah.
Storyboarded out of sequence.
Yeah, storyboarding, shot listing. And
remember, I had to remind you of the Someday Pictures mission.
Okay, go on then.
Which was great. It's to transform your aspirations into powerful images that make your someday plans happen today. I thought, wow, what a great mission. What a great mission. And it's interesting because I have seen quite a few films that you have been involved in, and that really fulfill that mission. And I think you've really brought a lot of people's stories alive.
Yes.
Through Sunday Pictures. But when I read that, I thought, now I know where you're at and
Yeah.
what you're doing.
Yeah.
Probably my favourites, Joan and Antecedents. And Joan was brilliant. And
Joan was
Broken Butterfly.
Yes.
But and we were talking about Jade, the broom brawler. There's so many films that you
I can't even. I'm sitting here with my special effects makeup page going,
what? Yes, you've been.
I can't even remember what.
And I'll probably
Can you remember the very first one that you did?
The very first one that I did was the Samsung TV commercial with all the zombies, the TV pitch, and then after that, Spearpoint Productions with Kelrick Martin, who now runs the Indigenous sector in the ABC in Sydney. He was here in Perth. I was hired to go to Broome to do 2 short films.
You've done it all here, nothing in London.
No.
What year did you leave the UK?
2011.
And then where were you?
Busy.
Were you in America for a while?
No, that's all my before. I left Australia in 1989 when I was 21 to do a 3-month backpacking holiday around, and then I came back in 2011 with an Indian husband and a 3.5-year-old child.
And then that's when you got
Indian American.
Yeah.
And then you got into film. Hardcore.
Everything. And my special effects makeup course I did was in London. And I remember doing it and then got excited. And it was like, I don't want to leave London now. I want to keep doing special effects. And then when I came to Perth, that's when my brother runs a Wing Chun Academy in Bayswater. And can't think of his name, but Soul Films. I'll think of his name later. He contacted my brother and was getting the zombies and the martial artists to train at his Wing Chun Academy. And then my brother went, my sister's come back from London and she can do special effects makeup. And I went, get me a job. So he did. And that's how I did it. And that's how you do it in Perth, WA. It's all about...
It would be, I imagine, a very... the artsy, visual arts. It can be, you tell me. Can it be incestuous? Quite incestuous? Is it?
It's not. It's you've got to earn your stripes to prove worthy, and because anyone can come up to you and say, "Can I do this? Can you help me do that?" There's a line. There's a list. And when I first started getting into special effects, and I was doing a lot of films, I would have all these people ringing me, going, "Oh, my nieces are, or my cousins this, or they're interested in doing special effects." That's all very well, but I need somebody that is reliable. I had somebody come on set that a favour for, and they couldn't take the heat, and they lasted an hour. So because it's not a glamorous thing.
No, it's mostly sitting around being bored.
Running around, you're as hot as hell, you're as sweaty as hell. You've got all this crap to carry, you've got blood, you've got nowhere to wash your hands, and then because a lot of the films, because they're low budget,
I think it's all glamorous.
I'm doing I'm doing production design, wardrobe, hair, and makeup, and special effects. I could be doing blood, and then the next minute I've got somebody in a white outfit. How am I going to wash my hands? It's not. You've got to have people around you that are capable.
With the wet wipes ready.
Even when you come to your own table.
Here, because I was going to bruise Geraldine up.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to be bruised too.
That's great, because I've always wanted on our podcast, our blog, to do a bit of a workshop.
Talking about workshops as well, I also teach special effects makeup through a company called Film Bites.
Right.
And Film Bites is a acting agency for kids. And they're also a casting agency, and they are based in Malaga, and they've got them over other places as well, but I can't think where they are. But I have been working with Film Bites since 2014, and a lot of my classes are basic special effects on teaching kids how to do special effects at home on a budget, and they can learn and take it from there.
Take it wherever they want to. But I'm sure most kids would love a special effects.
Oh, I've got so many photos here of all the blood and guts and gore from all the workshops I've done, which I don't know if we can show, but
well, we
can pick a few to
they're a bit
put on
gory,
the episode. You send me some clips, and I'll edit them in. Another question: when you recently, I can remember you posted you had a day off here. You had to, because you had to go. I think it was.
I went down south.
Was it down? No,
Yes.
but you were the ambulance one. Were you in the back of the
Oh,
ambulance?
that was for The Love of Gold, a feature film.
That's it.
And
Yeah, tell us about that.
that's coming out shortly. They've done the poster. We're going to have our.
So is that a Perth film?
That's
company?
all Perth.
Isn't that great?
Yes, For the Love of Gold is the name of the film. Another Motion Pictures is I need to check, but that again is a group of friends that all got together and have been working together, and they've done multiple short films, and I think this is their first feature film.
That's awesome.
But great group of guys, great director, writers, everything. Producers.
And so the actors in those situations still get paid in that
They
situation?
do, but very minimal. I got paid $200 a day, but that's
minimal.
That's minimal and
a lot of work.
A lot of work.
You get paid more than that here, Steph.
But that was, but then I had to cover my costs. So I have to cover the costs of my makeup and petrol. So that's basically, as long as I get something to cover.
See, again, look at the advantage. You don't have to, any cost when you come here, and you still get paid more than $200 a day.
I prefers to be on set.
Me too. I much prefer to be not necessarily on set, but somewhere else. But here we are. The point is, we're trying to raise money here so we can do the things that we want to do.
It's my absolute passion.
You can tell.
Absolute passion.
Wow.
So, but you didn't. What is that feature film you did? Like, what
that
was
was
the
for the Love of Gold. Kelly, you're asking me questions. It goes once I've done it, it goes in one ear and out the other. It's like you move on and do the next.
Move on.
It's now I have to find out what the name of the people are.
And then you can start to bruise me up a bit.
Yeah.
I don't know, Day of the Dead.
Another Motion Pictures. I think
we'll go out or
called,
something.
So,
You know.
Yeah.
The neighbourhood.
Yeah.
We'll go to the park and all our
Yes.
makeup.
But
you did
digging that genre, and it's interesting because I did a tiny bit of research for this podcast, and I saw this great quote on how a genre is what a group of people agree to.
That's it.
What
that's
it
created.
is.
Yeah.
Because when I was Steph earlier before filming, you were saying it's not really horror that I do. It's blood, guts,
it's killing
gore,
people.
this, that, the other, and I thought. And that's why I said to you that it's the same as a musician. A musician doesn't want to be put in a box or labelled or whatever. It's really it's about the creative process, isn't it?
And so when I said to you, because when you are working in it, because we have so much fun doing it, the gorier and bloodier and disgusting it is, we love it, and it's our comedy. So whenever I see a film with my daughter and she goes, "Oh my gosh, that's really scary," I go, "It's not real. It's all fake. It's not real." So,
but it's interesting because I don't do horror very well.
No,
because it's not real.
I know, but no.
When you say horror, because you're saying blood, guts, because that could be a war movie. That's all got lots of bloods and guts in it.
Yeah,
it's not necessary, but it's a different horror.
It depends on
but I think when people hear the word horror, even when we say horror to hope campaign stuff, right? People immediately think of horror.
Horror is a jump start to me. Horror is somebody hiding behind the bushes.
I think the average person would think of the word horror as being, and in the context of film, as being.
That's what I mean. Like a jump start, you know.
Yeah, supernatural and scary and ghosts and.
I did look it up. Horror.
You don't think of murder or war films and horror? Isn't that weird?
People don't think of it.
But it's special effects. It doesn't really. It's whatever genre the film is. It's whatever the special effects I can get away with.
Early horror films. It's actually not until the 50s that term came out, but they were called more mystery, and it was more about the supernatural, and it was more about the raising of the dead or about the scare, and that's probably part of it. And that is the thing that I don't do that with horror because I don't see it and separate. I'm one of these people. I don't separate myself enough to watch a lot of these.
Well, I'm the opposite. I'm going, oh, how did they do that?
And that's the difference between creator and viewer.
Yeah.
in my household, everyone has to tell me it's not real. It's not chill. It's okay. And I'm there going, and then I have to leave the room at some point. It's very visceral. And I know. And Fiona, you're the same. I can't quite separate.
I'm somewhere in between. I think.
I love
Stephanie
it.
And you
I
guys.
absolutely love it. And my thing now is I want more jump scares. Give me more jump scares.
I
more jump scares.
So are you from your point of view, because it's fascination, I get that you can drop the fear at the door. Then when you're in, when you get drawn in by something creative, and all the fears leave.
The thing is, look at it, because I'm terrible. When I see a film, I'm terrible. I sit there and I pick the shit out of it.
Yeah,
and that's not right. That's not right. That's why I do criticize.
Because you're learning in the
because
process.
you can see how things are done.
Yeah,
but when it comes to the gory stuff, I just love it.
Well, when I was doing experimental
how
film with Peter Moody, and who's written he was at UWA teaching all those classes, and I wanted to learn how to make short films, but more along the lines of art films, fine art films. So that, and very in particular, I was interested in experimental films, so that's what I studied. But before you can do that, you have to learn the normal coding, film coding, and it has the whole. So we did that first, and I remember standing up at the end of the class, because then we had to do an exam. That was another thing. Most of the fine arts courses don't have exams at the end. It's essays and panel assessments and stuff. So everyone went, what? But it was learning about the coding of film and how you're got to remember that there's that plasticity between you, the viewer, and the film itself. That you've got to be reminded that you're not. That's a lot of experimental film is about reminding the viewer that this is not real. You're watching a film. To go plunk in. But I remember at the end of that course, I turned to his sister, how did you find? And I said, love the course, hate the fact that I can never go to the cinema and escape again, because I'm sitting there. Even when I watch narratives now, I go and I can enjoy it to a certain degree, but mostly I'm going, I know what that was. They use that coding here, and that's why you had that emotion. So instead of enjoying and escaping into the film, I said, so now I hate you forever that I can never escape at films again. Because that was my way of escaping. Now I watch political podcasts instead.
Maybe I have to desensitize myself. But I must admit, I did love horror as a teenager. And the Nightmare on Elm Street, Dead, and Exorcist, and Freddy Krueger,
Cabin in the Woods.
And
I don't like horror films at all.
I love it.
Chucky. Did you love
Chucky? Yep.
That scared me.
Friday the 13th. I watched it. Bayla wanted to watch Friday the 13th. And she was going, oh, what? This is. Why are they wearing those outfits? Because it was the 70s, 80s, whatever. It was even Jaws. Jaws. I don't know if you've watched Jaws. Has anyone watched Jaws recently? The noise. Because all of those extras were real. So you heard every single voice from all of those extras. And now you don't. It's so much noise. But I think that's good that you can hear all the noise and it's natural. But because it would feel more visceral then. It would feel more real. We all had that experience, didn't we, with Jaws? Yeah. And that was the first time that you had that shocking thing in the cinema where you were literally out of your seat because you didn't expect. But now, if you watch it now and it's 2 bits of plastic going like this, and you're going, why did I jump at that? Why was I never going into the swimming pool again after watching middle of the ocean, the swimming pool?
I don't know if people know what we're talking about.
So maybe in independent filmmaking, that's what is a saving grace in a way, because you don't have the money to block all that out and be in a studio situation where you can block it all out. And I think if we think about the Wachowski siblings, right, and they recently did that, not recently, it's not recent anymore, but they did the 2 seasons of Sense8. And they went back to all old style filming and editing where it was, they took the whole cast and crew to each country and filmed out of sequence all related. And there was all these swapping ins and outs. They did it old school, Steffi. Look at how it was made and put together, and I love that. And I thought everybody who's watched that has had that experience of feeling like they're in it. There is that, you lose that separation of being the viewer and separated from it. And I think with a lot of films today, or even TV series, most of them I turn off. Are coming through on Netflix, Amazon, if they're produced by those, because I feel like they've lost the ability to be raw in it. And sometimes the lack of budget can help. No, in this case, it wasn't a lack of budget.
Well, in these films, they've got big budgets.
Yeah, they still block it out. They spend it incorrectly. What I loved about what the Wachowski siblings did about Sense8 is they went back to all those old school ways of filming and editing and putting it together.
This is why I
They
like
travelled
independent
as
filmmaking.
a team.
Yeah.
From country to country.
Yeah.
That created that community. That came through at every episode. It was, the whole series was brilliant. The finale of 2 hours was a little bit lackluster, but it was still brilliant compared to other things. And to this day, with this whole new way of viewing stuff through things like Netflix and other forums like that, I think we've lost that. We've lost that because now it's about pumping out the next series. Anybody's going to sit down and binge watch.
I will still watch anything because to me it's research, and I will watch anything, and I will watch every single
and you
episode
will learn
from start
what
to finish.
not to do, Stephanie.
But I still,
So
but this is my thing. Film is my thing.
Yeah, and all I'm saying is that I think there's real juice, and I think it's good that the lack of budget gives you that ability to have a rawness that may not have been there otherwise.
It's just lack of budget and a really good team.
Yes.
And that's
well,
what
everyone's committed.
That's
aren't
what
they? Because
independent
they're
film
doing
is having a really good team. And WA and Perth, we are lucky here because everyone knows everyone. Everyone supports everyone. Even if you're not on that particular production, if you need something or need advice or support, there's always somebody on call that will answer you. Not that you can ask, because not everyone will answer you, but there's always, because we have such a buddy system here, but we're really lucky.
It's wonderful.
We are really lucky.
That's why you get creations that walk around in States.
Necessity is another of
like that. Waffle could have been anywhere in Australia, right? But it wasn't. It was here. There's very good reasons for that, and I do think there is. And I remember when Pat Leonard came here, and we were taking him around. We were still trying to get something off the ground here, bring out the Nine Dragonhead artist, and of course, the government funding shut that down again too. They said, it's a great idea, but nobody funded it. Story. But he did come out on his own dime and had a look around. And I remember we picked him up from the airport. It might have been about 11 o'clock at night. And the next morning, came down about 6 o'clock in the morning, comes down and says, okay, Kel, good feeling in Perth. I said, you haven't been outside yet. He said, I just know it. Even walking through the airport and the trajectory to getting here and where we're going and what we're setting up. He said, there's a special feeling here. I said, I've always felt that too. And it's sad that so many of creators have to leave Western Australia because they can't get what they need here. So it's really lovely to hear that you've got this film community here that are cohesive and all of you really support each other. And because that's rare. So
it is
rare. So it's really lovely. I'm really happy to hear that.
So am I.
No, but I didn't know. We've not had this conversation before.
No.
So I didn't know that was the kind of culture existing here in film.
With us, if we go away, because a lot of the productions you have to, sorry, I'm getting a cramp here. You have to go to a location. So if you're off on location, you're often there for 2 weeks at a time or more. So you have to live as a family. And that's what you do. So that's
a very different experience to a visual artist. In a studio, and obviously, generally are isolated.
It doesn't have to be.
Is the nature of film is that they have to work together because the
More
end result is something that everybody is working on. But it's definitely a collaborative process. There's much more of a sense of community, and you have to work together.
You
to
can't
make
work
the
on a
end
film
product
on your own.
No, and you can't. And that's the missing peg in visual arts here, is that you can work on your own, and sadly you can be forced into that.
Sam, seriously, dude.
Sam's back.
You're onto something, Steph.
I was thinking we should get on with some special effects.
You want me to
do your best to make me look worse.
Do you want me to give you a bruise?
Make me bad.
Are you going to do a bruise on her face?
Yeah.
Something
You're going to come to the park like that?
Sure.
All right, give me your face.
This one might not. I'm steering.
He's been asleep the whole time.
I'm going to do my... Just turn... Just going to do a bit of a bruise.
Give her a black eye.
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
I was thinking.
I'm going to do what I would teach my kids.
She's the one least likely to have a black eye from anyone, really. So it's quite ironic, really, isn't it?
So basically, I'm using the Mahiron bruise wheel.
What on earth are you saying, Kel?
I'm going to start off by doing the outer circle. You have to look at your face and make sure that you get to the puffy part.
I'll get closer.
Now, Stephanie, I have to say, you want to have a little potty that's 15-20 minutes a week about short films and you going out and seeing them, blah, blah, blah. But you know what else you should have?
Yeah.
You should have a workshop pod. Sign up.
I don't want to give away all of my special effects secrets just yet.
Well, you're not giving them away because they're only people who can do the workshop. You can set it up. They pay for it to do it online with you. They join live online every week. You might do a course of 10 in the same way you do it in the physical. Because don't you do special effects workshops in the real world, Steph?
Yes, I'm listening.
She's doing her craft.
She's so not
She's
Fiona.
doing her craft.
This is your job to tell her off and say, listen to Kelly.
Don't listen to Kelly.
She's in the moment.
No,
Listen to me. This is my podcast. My podcast.
While you're doing it, can I ask you the question? You do teach in the real world.
I teach special effects. What I'm doing is I'm giving the lovely Geraldine here the black eye, and I'm using her cheek here because I want to make it look nice and swollen.
I can't
Like
see
she's
anything.
been smacked in the face with a
Is
basketball.
Is he worried or he wants to get out for a wee?
Well, no, he's heard the word P-A-R-K.
Oh.
And he's probably going,
And he's just head and height with you. It looks funny.
And they're the same colour.
He's twin.
We pick that out every time I'm editing and he does what he's doing. I'm going, I want to frame that because they could be twins.
I love you. I think he might want to get out though.
No, he just wants to.
No, okay.
No, he just
He's
wants
going
to
back
be
out.
usual.
Am I being a good model for you, Steph?
Is he
No.
going?
Do I get a part as an extra in one of your
yeah,
films?
so you've had a part.
I have.
Have you? In the courtroom one you're talking about? or the
Steffi
jury
and
one?
I go back a bit.
Yeah.
Our children went to kindy together. Was it kindy or was it pre-primary?
Kindy and pre-primary, yeah.
Yeah, kindy pre-primary, and we lived a couple of blocks from one another. And I
Yes.
recognise a creator from a mile away.
Geraldine was my resident street cat.
Yeah. Kelly and Fee, are you missing out?
No, I can't see what's going on. Even if I look in the camera, I can't yet see. So I'm waiting for.
Is it coming
Oh, show me.
Does it hurt?
Oh my god, that's so cool.
Would you like a cold compress?
That really cruising for a bruising.
Yeah.
Well, that's the whole idea.
Well, we'll leave it on for the part, and I'm going to record some people's
no.
reactions.
But you can see how
Now that's my
you can see how clumsy I've been today.
So I want
yes, Steph.
So a few basic little manoeuvres done with your fingers so it all blends in nice and naturally. With a bruise wheel, obviously all the
bruise
colours
wheel.
in a bruise wheel. It is a bruise wheel.
What if you wanted
So-
to match one on her arm here so it looked like it was?
You want me to
part
do
of
another
the
one?
same
Your arm.
story?
Or maybe the same arm.
Oh, no.
No, I walked into the door.
Your arm
It
then.
was a bumpy door, but yeah,
So when are you going to say
the
the part?
handle and the
It was my husband. Don't worry, I walked into a
the door was literally a door.
Darling.
Yes, we have to be
And nobody
even.
believes that, do they?
Even when I'm teaching, you have to be politically correct. So at the end of every class, I say to my kids, you have to get up and tell me how you tragically hurt yourself today without using sharp implements. They have to be
Can you do that with
incredibly
Geraldine so we
creative.
can see what Geraldine's?
So
creation
without saying
story?
that they're allowed to use a Nerf gun, but they're not allowed to use any other type of.
I was
thing,
on
so-
Kelly's scooter at the time. And
That's
kids-
pretty
and-
goddamn authentic. That's a huge possibility.
It was a scooter accident, which is probably
highly possible.
yeah, for a lot of
And
people.
you're on the scooter again, they'll say. I'm a brave soul, aren't I? You can really look at the empathy.
That's right. And Gizmo was on a lead, and I tripped over the lead. And I had Fiona's dog Zuka at the time, jumping up and wanting.
Oh, that's so funny. Good job, Jolie.
It's reality.
It could be. That's what makes it feel real.
Yeah.
Like that.
Now, I must
No, but
say,
you know, Stephanie, that I do that you at the end of doing a session with kids and stuff, that you make them think up a story to go with their injuries, right?
Well, it's when I first step into a class, they're all as quiet and shy, and they go, "I'm not putting that on my face." And I go, "Get over it. Stick a clip in your head. By the end of this, you're going to be best friends, and you're all going to be shouting at me." And that's what happens. They
it's
can't get a
fabulous.
word in because they get so excited. And I can tell. I walk in, silence. The end of the class,
right.
it's such a
What's
fun.
your normal age group in this?
I like to teach from 10 upwards.
Oh, really young kids.
Below 10, they don't really get how to do it because it's more about it's more about the safety of the product. It's more about them understanding the safety value of how to use the products.
Right.
That's why 10 upwards is perfect.
So
Younger kids are adults as well,
come?
but this is with film nights. Adults, kids
It's
are
for
kids
young
are just
people.
more fun to
Yeah.
play around with. Adults get into it as well, but kids are bonkers.
I knew that.
I love it.
I love that kids before a certain age, they say that they literally project the images in their head. They are really in the world of make-believe. And at some point, probably when they go to school,
And
that
also
starts
kids
to
need
shut
to-
down, doesn't it?
Kids need to
And
do
so, and humans need to do that.
Yeah.
The
I think
work-
adults need to,
It's
you
when
know,
they start becoming self-conscious.
which is a real rope around our neck, isn't it? Because the way that you continue to be inventive and creative is to the child within. To allow
That's
them
probably
to
why
live.
we do enjoy films and we do.
Yeah, it's
It's the world, the
Yeah.
escapism, but it's a
Why is
world
it
of
now,
make-believe.
Stephanie, that all of a sudden I can see another bruise over this?
Because you're highly imaginative, Kelly.
Do you want to have a go?
I do.
Oh, sorry, Geraldine.
I won't.
I know we
I
bumped
won't-
into one another.
Oh, I do now.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to do it on. I'm going to do it on Geraldine.
Oh,
She's
you're
Oh,
gonna-
you're
yeah.
going to have a chance.
I want to
but
put
she
Steffi
wants
show me how to
it.
do it.
Because
I mean, I was a makeup artist way back when.
you start with yellow and then black, and then
You go yellow, black, and you mix it a bit, and
no,
just dab that.
you have to every time you stick your
Where?
finger in here, you've got to have a
Have a-
clean.
So it's
Maybe
clean.
one around.
You start with yellow. You
I mean,
get
you
your.
have to come closer.
Okay, listen to me.
Kelly.
Oh my
I'm
gosh!
listening,
Don't
I'm
ask
listening,
me
I'm
a
listening.
question and then don't listen to the
No, but
actor.
everyone was talking to me at the same time. I couldn't cope. Teacher.
You start with yellow, and then you get your baseline, and you use
Right.
these parts of your fingers. These are your makeup brushes, and then you apply with a tappy blendy is what I say to my kids.
I can
Tappy
do that.
tappy
No,
blendy
No, I'm
blendy.
going to do around your. I want to do around your mouth here.
I was thinking my chinny chin, but because that's the jummy out bit. But
I know, Kizzy.
And then I can go. You reckon go straight through the black on top of that?
Yellow, and then on the outside
A
of the
bit of
yellow,
black.
a tiny little bit of black, not a lot. And if you get stuck, look at mine on the other side of her face.
You have to come closer.
Are you going to the park? No. I'm not going to go. I don't want to be seen out in public with these two after this. I'm sorry.
I can see you've got greens and browns and reds in
Okay, you start off with the yellow and then the black, and then you
Mhm.
go
I
into
think I need to
the
see
brown,
myself.
and then you
like this deeper brown or the red?
no, the brown.
This one?
And then you gently put a little bit of that on the broken capillaries.
Got it.
And then after that, you do a little bit of green, and then you do the red. When you're doing a bruise, you have to layer it. You start with the last layer, which is the yellow and black, then go into the second phase of bruising, which is the browny and purpley, greeny colour, and then the first phase, which is the initial phase where the basketball hits you on the side of the face and your blood capillaries burst to the surface of the skin.
how are you going?
I'm just playing buckets of canvas. I feel a canvas coming on. I'm going
And then you
to the
do
red. I do green.
Yep. And then you do red.
Okay.
Remember the pandemic days where we were living online? And
I could have done all Steffi's courses online.
Yeah.
I remember people recreating paintings with their surroundings.
You could see it developing.
And then you play around. I find that the brown is the nicest one to bring to make it pop a little bit. The green is
Because
like
it could create
the
that
green is
contrast.
like a Kardashian blue. The green makes it pop a
Over
little
this
bit.
way.
Explain the Kardashian blue.
With the green, the zombie green is Kardashian blue in real makeup. It makes the bruise
I
pop.
feel I've gone overboard now.
You can never go overboard. You blend it in with your finger. Let me have a look.
Does it pass the inspection?
Yes, it does.
Not really.
Not really, but
No, tell me
you
which
get
colour to
get
use.
the brown and then do a little bit, do a few more little broken capillaries around it.
Break it up a
Yeah,
little.
you need to have a bit more of a.
It's a bit too.
Yeah, it's too blendy.
blend. I got you because that's I'm used to doing makeup.
Yeah.
where I blend.
But this is the opposite.
Gotcha.
And a film and TV film makeup is totally different to beauty makeup because it's all natural.
Well, that's looking a bit better.
I can't stand is when you see a film and you've got a policewoman running around chasing somebody.
Look at
and
that. Look
got
at that. That just
perfect
that
hair and
look,
perfect
look,
makeup.
just-
Yeah, that's better.
Popped it.
Yeah.
Because I've even deliberately left a little dot there, which
Mhm.
that can happen.
What does it look like? I fell on the handlebar of the e-scooter.
I feel like I need
always-
to hang on. Stay there. Don't go.
All 15 episodes I've wanted to have a workshop experience on it. Fulfilled a little dream.
Let me have a look at your face. Turn this way and I'll take a photo.
I want to have a look too, because I want to hear it too, Steph.
You have a makeup artist and a victim. So makeup artist, victim.
Yeah.
And then the victim becomes the makeup artist.
She's going to be the one. They won't believe it at the park if we both have it.
I don't mean to.
We crashed together and fell on the floor. It doesn't work.
There's many a time I've gone over to Steph's and she's right in the middle of making props and I've
feel
joined
like
in.
you
Oh,
here.
yes. There was
While you're talking, I'm going to
one
keep
time
doing.
what you came over and I was making pickled penises.
Whoa.
Pickled penises and putting them
It
in
was
jars.
just a normal day at Steph's.
Yep.
I love that.
And I think I thought they were
I already missing
alien.
your shed, even though I never got to see it.
I thought they were alien antennas at first.
Alien antennas.
Yeah.
No, they were pickled
Like,
penises.
are you doing an alien film or what? And she said, the pickled penises.
I came around to your house and asked you if you had jars.
That's right, for the pickled
Yes.
penises. Yep.
So it was a jar this, but filled with penises. It's made out of latex.
And
What
it
were the
was
penises for?
very fun.
It was for one of the short films in Bleedable.
What was the film?
Now I have to get my notes out.
Did you around-
See, I got my
keep
notes
moving
out
away from
ready.
me, Geraldine.
Did your husband leave you before or after that film?
Oh,
Coming home to pickled penises.
that was before.
Hang on, keep coming back here.
God,
She's
I can't even
in.
remember.
She's in. You can't stop the artist.
Bleedable.
I started the very first thing at Canvas was I used to do makeups.
It is a canvas, isn't it? It's
That
a
one.
canvas. The body is a canvas. The
Yeah.
whole world is a canvas.
It definitely is.
Life is your canvas. Well, there you go, Steph. We're all having
Yes. God, where's the name of that one with the pickled penises?
Because it wasn't called that.
No.
Had a different name.
Oh, do not disturb. Yes.
Don't come back.
Are we done?
Nearly. I'm being dramatic here, this one. Now turn around and show Steph. Any better?
She said, stop now.
Don't give up your day job.
Oh.
Hey, listen. Don't challenge me because I might just get really good. I'll come and do one of your
Taking it away
workshops.
very quickly.
I'll come and haunt you on one of your workshops.
Where to from here, Steph? For
Where to from
films
here?
or- You've got some films lined up. Are you,
Well, I've
are you
had a-
allowed to tell us?
Yeah,
or is
so
it all top secret?
I've got a little short film that we have started working on, and I say we, that's Someday Pictures, and I can't say too much about it because it's a personal story. We've got, it's called Invisible, and Bleedable we want to pump out soon. That should be ready in about 2 months' time, and then we'll take it from there and see what happens.
And we should
What
say
else
that
is
you're-
going on?
That you bought a house and you're doing it up. And
But I've bought a
moved in
house
yet,
and I
so-
haven't moved in yet. I've got
Before you move in, you should do some film there.
not with my new
Oh,
floors. and-
Abandoned.
No.
abandoned
Not
film.
with no. We've gone past that. We're not doing anything. I'm not letting anyone in because it's got new floors and new walls. Nobody's allowed in. Yes, what's coming up?
Zombies with bare feet.
Yes.
On the
I don't
white
know. We've
walls,
still got
up
the.
against the
I'm
walls.
sure there will be some.
There will be at
filming
some point.
at some point.
There'll
At our
be-
house. Filming,
Yeah.
workshops,
Yes.
pickled.
There'll be.
bits.
I should understand, even with your new house,
Mm.
how will you create a studio there? Will you have a studio you had within the shed? and stuff?
I don't think I'll ever have the studio space because this is smaller. But you don't need a studio space. Your studio
Just
is
to
wherever
sit
your
here
heart
and
is.
do this?
I've got a nice big back
Yeah.
deck. I can do stuff there and got a garage. I don't know. I need to move in first. So,
Yeah.
yes.
She's creative.
Yeah,
She
you can
feels-
always
find a
create.
way.
I just need a table. That's all I need.
I love that philosophy because that's
Mm.
a bit the same as the turn up to the Biennale 2 weeks
Yeah.
before with your backpack, empty backpack,
Yeah.
come with no
Yeah.
ideas of what you're going to do it all while you're there on the ground level. And
Yeah.
again, that comes back to that raw, authentic thing that
Yeah.
I think a lot of creating today doesn't
Yeah.
have because
Yeah.
everything is generated by, now it's on steroids with AI, but everything is too planned and too
Yeah.
thought out and there's no reason for people to pivot. And I think
Yeah.
pivoting
Too arm's
creates
length as
great
well.
art of any kind. If you have to pivot, then that's when. That's
Let
when
me
you get
show
a good
you a
state.
picture of what you
Good
look actually see what you look
Oh,
like
that's
before.
Yeah. May I have a look?
That's not my hand.
No, that's your arm.
Oh, can I have a look? I want to see
Oh,
Steph's
wow.
close up.
I did take photos.
It was
of
a pretty
yours.
bad accident.
No, that's right.
But
But
I'm okay.
I want to see the amateur as opposed to the professional. Look at that.
Pretty good.
You know what's
There
happening.
goes the
is
camera,
you're not-
everybody.
Sam's saying, I've had enough now. Sam's the ghost. Sam's Nick it, bitch.
I was going to ask you what your favourite.
My favourite film of all time is Labyrinth. I love that film. It's always been my favourite film and always will be my favourite film. So, but horror films, I don't have a favourite horror film.
Right, yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Labyrinth.
And
it is great.
Yeah, Pan's Labyrinth was pretty good as well.
Do you like Pan's Labyrinth? Yeah. There's with Frankenstein. I don't know. It's another Netflix thing. They've done a feature.
Oh yeah.
That's
a little series. I've seen adverts, but I haven't watched it. But
it's brilliant. And
okay.
There's the museum.
What? Well, the Frankenstein one she's talking about, I didn't watch it because it's not the sort of thing I normally watch. But
it's really good.
It's about the museum, which is a museum of his collection and all of the incredible sets and creatures and that
dead bodies
created.
Okay. Oh, so many dead bodies.
It's that Mexican.
Not real dead bodies.
The bodies that he used to create Frankenstein.
Right.
Okay. It's not real, Cal.
You need to make friends with the props.
But I'm looking here at the props now. Clearly, in front of us here, you can tell it's a prop, right? It's not realistic. What makes it look real on film? Do you think?
This was used in a film, I think it was Don't Go Into the Basement, with my friend Michael Thomas, who wrote it and directed it. And the actress had her arm chopped off. I had to...
It's terrible. I'm sorry for
We
your
had
loss.
to chop that arm off on one of these. And one of these was used to chop our hand off. And this one is my favourite hand ever. And it's a bizarre thing, but I love this hand. And my daughter took it to school one day.
I don't understand.
But I've got a whole suitcase full of body parts. Well, I've got a couple of heads.
Yeah.
They're over there.
Yeah.
I've got a couple of heads.
This is really convincing. This bone that's just been...
Yeah.
But close up, off film, you can see. But on film, obviously, it's a different thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, obviously, it's not real, but this is good for a decapitated head. And these have been used in numerous films where
you can smell the...
Well, it's just latex.
Yeah.
But this was used in Bleedable, where we had one where there was a necklace that turned into teeth and chopped the head off and she got decapitated.
Oh, my God.
It was used, and this one... was also used.
So you reused all these,
and other people use them as well. So
this Gizmo wants to eat them.
So decapitated head, you pop it into a bucket of water and then you roll it down.
What is it, Gizmo? What is it?
What are you giving all your secrets away now, Steph?
And I'm trying to.
Gizzy's going.
A bit of empathy coming from Gizmo.
And I'm trying to think of, I'm thinking in the last 10 years, I haven't been as blown away. That feeling that I got when I watched Mulholland Drive, I haven't recreated that. I've seen lots of good films and I've gone, it's great. But I still think that probably the best thing I've seen in the last 10 years, it's not a film, it's the TV series Sense8. I think that the way that was filmed, the storylines and all that, how they all intersected. You all right, love?
Yeah. Thank you, everybody, for my concern. But have you seen the bruises? Seriously.
Should we wrap this up?
We should wrap it up.
I'm sure that everyone who's here watching...
What's your favourite film?
Reflecting on what their favourite film is. There's so many.
Both old films and contemporary, even about now.
And what's your favourite creature in a film?
What's your favourite creature in a film?
I like the one in that whatever aqua water, H2O.
We'd have to look it up.
We'll have to look it up.
Someone can tell us in the shorts.
Yeah. Isn't it awful that we're remembering certain scenes and characters, but we can't remember the name of the film, the director of the film? That's bad on our part.
Anything else about the film?
Anyone should know those things. We should, but we don't.
It's all relative.
I want to say, Stephanie, thank you for being the guest today, the producer. Thank you to Fiona for stepping in. And it's been good again to hear your story, because I didn't know all that about you. We don't get a chance to talk about that stuff.
And we've only scraped the surface.
Looking forward to hearing more. And I'm looking forward to you doing your little potty that you want to do. I'm looking forward to that.
Yay!
But I'm also looking forward about planning in the future. I want to do one of your workshops now. Can we do it online, please?
Yes.
These look there.
Just like people like me.
Yes.
I wouldn't be able to go to the workshop necessarily and do it, and my body wouldn't be able to handle being there all day. No, even with that, but whereas if it's an online thing,
I have got no time right now, but yes, it's something that
I'm talking about in the future. I'm not talking. I know that right up until before. I know that you're not even ready to do anything until after Christmas while you're settling into your house. I'm to look ahead.
Yes.
I'm excited about to see what you're going to do next.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what I'm going to do next.
Thank you for sitting in the hot seat today.
Yes, I know.
Yes.
I didn't want to do it, and here I am.
Did you find it difficult to talk?
No, because we just talk how we normally talk.
And that's
Sitting around.
It's just
talking
like
like we always do. Drinking cups of tea, eating food for us. This is our life, guys. If the camera wasn't here, this is what we'd be doing. You would have brought them along for it.
I would have
Show
bought.
and tell.
I could have bought my pickled penises along.
You can do that next time.
I'll do that. Yeah.
You can show us how
it's
you
like,
made them or something.
It's reverse makeup classes. You're doing yourself up for whatever, a special occasion.
What do they used to call them?
You're doing
It's a
yourself-
different makeover.
What's your little caption? You kill...
Practically kill people for a living.
For a living. It's
That sounds
okay because she gets minimal pay
sounds
for
like-
I get minimum wage.
Show.
Half the time I don't even
Steph?
get that.
That sounds like a show.
What,
Yes.
practically killing people for a living?
Just not the filmmaking production name. It sounds like a show.
I've trademarked it. Copyrighted it. It's my copyright.
And that's the Kelly Whisperer has whispered in the...
My job has always been to help other creators find a way to make money out of what they do.
And you
Because
do
the
it
more we
well.
can do that, the
So
more
like and
independent we
subscribe.
can be, and the more we can do whatever. I'm going to French. Sorry, I am going to swear, Steph. We can do whatever the fuck we want to do. We don't get told then what to do. And I have that idea. So,
So thank you everybody for joining us.
and thank you.
Join us.
Thank you again, everyone. And yay.
And if you try the recipes, let us know how you went at home.
Gizzy is about to leave
He's about
the
to
building.
exit the building. So thank you everybody.
And
on
who's
Survival.
going to leave the building first today? You or me?
Me. Bye.
Thanks,
See ya.
everyone.
I feel you crawling over my skin. You wanna get in. Your breath is cold and slow. I taste your sins. I won't close my eyes. I won't close my eyes. The dead are talking. The dead are talking. It's 9 p.m., baby. I'm heading out on the town. I'm a one-way ticket. Yeah, I'm gonna stick it now. The dead are talking. The dead are talking. The dead are talking. The dead are walking and dying.
Go on, get out of here. There's no zombies in Leadville. Go on, get it. What's that? There are zombies in Leadville. Oh. Let's see, dinner's ready.
I'm getting your messages.
When are you coming to get her?
I don't know. A week, Cooper. Look, I said
a week? You make sure you do.
Oh, come on, mate. Harden up, will you?
Keep them on the outside. That's a fist. Okay. Right. 2 jabs in the left. That's the winning combination. Here we go. Let's see what you got.
I was a bird with clipped wings, now I'm breaking free. Today's the day that I'm escaping from this slavery. I can't watch you as you aim to please, cause I've been trying to change you, but when I do it only changes me. So now I'm stuck and don't know how to win, and so I drown in sin. My thoughts clouded from the doubt within, don't know how to function, or how to run from something that I love, but I need to throw the towel in. See, we had the right start, blinded by a bright spark. It felt safe to give you real estate in my heart. Little did I know that you would grab it with a tight grasp, grip and rip it out of me like it's a triple bypass. And now I think of all the times that you and I have fought, tortured by your eyes, lured by your talk. Yeah, I saw them other guys, but thought that you and I had more. Went from having butterflies to suicidal thoughts, cause it hurts me and it kills me. I'm unworthy and you're guilt-free. I can't help but wonder how you switched up and then you spun around. I wanted something unconditional when you're the one I found was more than physical. Shit, you felt medicinal, but it never felt reciprocal, and that was difficult. It's so typical of me to get attached to something that's this toxic. Fuck this hip-hop shit.
Never felt hate when I saw your face, but I hate how you act lately. It may seem crazy to walk away right now, but crazy is what you made me, cause you don't love me, and that just breaks me. You'll never love me like I love you. You don't love me, and that wakes me up to my senses that I've come to. And I said, never felt hate when I saw your face, but I hate how you act lately. It may seem crazy to walk away right now, but crazy is what you made me, cause you don't love me, and that just breaks me. You never loved me like I love you. You don't love me, and that takes me away from a person that I once knew. It's my beautiful ugly.
See, I was punished by my sadness as a young kid, but I ain't hunting for the answers like I once did. I felt the numbness when it landed in my front ribs, trying to stomach all the fucking madness that you come with. But now I'm done with all the sleepless nights and all the times that I would seek advice, so I'd speak to Christ, seeking freedom from my vices that I'd use just to soothe all the bruises you would leave me when you'd feed me lies. But you never were an easy prize. Well, not for me, but you seem pretty easy to them sleazy guys. A whole scene of them, you lead them with your dreamy eyes. I saw it coming, so don't ask me why I seem surprised. I had my doubts and always had my question marks. I thought that you'd respect my heart until you left it scarred. I can't invest in love that never had the depth of ours. You asked for space, so I went up to collect the stars. I would have done it all. Maybe I was dumb, maybe I liked it under your thumb and wasn't dumb at all. But I was scared that I would try to run and fall and plummet to depression from obsession with the one I call my one and only, the only one that knows me, the only one that ever gave me love when I was lonely. And it's a troubled road when you're dealing with something that's this toxic. Fuck this hip-hop shit, man.
Never felt hate when I saw your face, but I hate how you act lately. It may seem crazy to walk away right now, but crazy is what you made me, cause you don't love me, and that just breaks me. You'll never love me like I love you. You don't love me, and that wakes me up to my senses that I've come to. And I said, never felt hate when I saw your face, but I hate how you act lately. It may seem crazy to walk away right now, but crazy is what you made me, cause you don't love me, and that just breaks me. You never loved me like I love you. You don't love me, and that takes me away from a person that I once knew. Is my beautiful ugly?